Kenya Pipeline Corporation Managing Director Joe Sang says a controversial upgrading of the Mombasa-Nairobi pipeline will be completed by end of July. Sang has told the Public Investments Committee of Parliament that 48.4 billion shillings tender was above board. He has again dismissed claims of graft at the parastatal. Samogina now joins us with an update. Of course, the MD has previously maintained that there was no graft at KPC. During his testimony today before the parliamentary committee, has anything changed?
Well, the position still remains the same, and of course that upgrading of the pipeline from Mombasa to Nairobi is actually among the 12 major projects, multi-billion projects, call them, that had been listed, saying that there was massive pilferage and loss of public funds in those particular 12 projects. And of course the situation, or rather the position, remains the same. No amount of money was lost. Everything was above board, and that is the decision and actually the position that the managing director is sticking to, even as he appeared before the Energy Committee of the Senate. Of course, the Senate was today really interested in that controversial upgrade of the Mombasa-Nairobi pipeline, which is commonly referred as upgrading of the Line 5. And today, the submission of the managing director and of course the KPC bosses was that there is somewhat some delay in that upgrading project, and of course saying that they are estimating and projecting that by the end of July that project will be completed, and now oil will be pumped. Of course, they're calling it product, will be pumped from Mombasa to Nairobi by end of July of this year. And of course saying that of course there was a delay given that this project, it was estimated that in 18 months the project should be completed, a project that began around 2014 thereabout, and of course given to Zakim, a Lebanese firm that yesterday actually the managing director and of course the company's secretary giving it a clean bill of health, the way the tender to Zakim was awarded, saying it was an international tender, an open international tender whereby various firms actually bidded, and Zakim, the Lebanese firm, was actually the lowest bidder with 48.4 billion shillings to upgrade that particular line from Mombasa to Nairobi. Of course, saying that the delay that has been there, cumulatively nearly 2 years of delay, saying that it was occasioned by all the three parties that are involved in this upgrading or in this particular project, and that is the Kenya Pipeline Corporation itself, a contractor, that is the Zakim, and also a consultant that was brought on board to actually monitor the situation. And of course the project, the way it was designed, if at all the contractor was following it to the latter. What KPC says it was on their part was really in terms of litigation, saying that there was a nearly 6-month lag whereby KPC was involved in litigation by bidders who had lost that particular tender. And then of course when it comes to the consultant, on his part, they claim that the consultant changed some scope of work somewhere, and then of course this led to the delay, to the nearly 2-year delay in construction and completion of this particular project, that is the upgrading of Line 5 from Mombasa to Nairobi. So in a nutshell, Freddie Nimuli really is still holding to that position that no money was lost, that everything was done above board, and that that controversial upgrade system of the Kenya Pipeline from Mombasa to Nairobi will be completed, and commissioning should be, or rather commissioning anticipated to be around July of this year. And of course we'll be keeping you posted on what transpires on this particular story that has been hitting the headlines, whereby KPC has denied pilferage of over 95 billion shillings, saying that this is nearly 4 times what it actually makes in terms of profits. But we understand that there will be a press conference by members of Parliament regarding the same, the scandal at the Kenya Pipeline Corporation. Of course, we'll be waiting to hear what they say on this particular story, and of course what is it that will be informing their position when that comes up in the afternoon at around 2 p.m. Back to you, Fred, at the Communication Center.
Thank you, Sam. Sam again there live from Parliament buildings, where the Kenya Pipeline Corporation Managing Director Joe Sang has appeared before the Public Investments Committee of Parliament over that alleged scandal at the Kenya Pipeline Corporation.